You've probably heard that working out can actually cure depression. Or you've seen influencers or guys or girls on Instagram or whatever saying, yeah, since I started working out and got a ripped six-pack abs and took all these steroids, my life is so much better. I'm so happy. And then you're wondering, can I do the same? Is exercise the one thing that's holding you back from crushing your depression or feeling amazingly happy? Well, in this video, I'm going to answer those questions, and I'm going to tell you the specific and real and nasty and gritty details about how exercise, depression, and happiness are all related, so stay tuned. Hey, what's up, team? Evan here with Real Mental Health, where I'm giving you real mental health advice based on my experience. This is all real talk, no nonsense, no BS, and definitely no frou-frou happy talk. So, starting with the theme, does working out cure depression? Well, let's start with the basics. One, nothing cures depression. Depression is something that you deal with, that you cope with, that you get better. So, better question. Does working out, does exercise help you cope with depression? And I'll be straight up, nah. That it doesn't. It's stupid. Whoever told you that working out cures or fixes depression is a jackass. Okay, here for me, what I hear fat, old, lazy ass doctors going, "Hey, Sonny, you ever tried working out? Hey, that's why you're..." And they're like literally falling over as I'm saying this. And the reason that this is a lie, right? It's two things. One is exercise is a tool that helps you get to a place where you can work on depression. Exercise can be a thing that helps you escape and kind of separate yourself from the depression. Those are fantastic tools, and we'll cover those. So that's for all the haters. But the real reality of the subject is that working out and exercise, right? It doesn't actually make you happy. You can literally be in the best shape. You can be in the best shape and be miserable because your mind and your body, though connected, are not the same thing. So you can have physical, let's say, dominance, ripped abs, everything you want, and be horribly mentally depressed. Actually, this is the state of a lot of people in the fitness industry. It's kind of the nasty truth. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to bridge those two topics. So by the time that you're done with this video, which I recommend watching all the way to the end, is you're going to understand, okay, what do you need to do? Right? How can you start doing it? And then eventually how both those things together can lead to happiness. So let's start with what we need to do, or what I need to do. Is one is stop buying into the myth that exercise is going to make you happy, okay? And this is nasty, but exercise will not make you happy, but not exercising will make you 10x worse. So it's like, well, what the hell's the point? Well, the point is when you exercise, you gain a lot of mental benefits as well. Like I said before, it kind of separates you from the depression, right? You're working out, you're doing certain things. It makes you not think about yourself, makes you not think about the depression or whatever. Also, exercise, it brings accountability, right? You said you're going to do something and then you did it. It brings habit, it brings strength, it brings confidence. All these things come, those are mental. And that's essentially why I got addicted to exercise in the first place, was because of the mental aspects. Sure, the physical changes will help, there's no doubt, but it's the confidence, right? It's the accountability. It's the fact that I said I was going to do something and I did it. And then you witness it. You start getting stronger, you start getting faster, you start getting et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Those things help breed a mindset and breed an intrinsic value within yourself that helps you conquer depression. Physically exercising and then going and feeling not depressed is not true. As a matter of fact, this is true. 2018, I think it was, one of the lowest lows I had ever. Super depressed, almost relapsed, wasn't about to relapse. I go to the gym. I say, everything, I'm going to go to the gym, and I just rip some heavy weights, deadlift. There was a moment of euphoria, right? Like, immediate laughter. I was so depressed that it was ridiculous. However, after that, I told myself, look, Evan, you little fucking bitch, you can do things. You can do hard things even though you're depressed. You can be miserable. You can be beat up. You can be sad and destructive and want to kill yourself, but you can still go to the gym and lift. You can still show up. Who gives a shit about your warm-up? Who gives a shit about your technique? You can go to the gym and just throw things around. You can do hard things. So you see what happened here is the exercise itself didn't do anything. It actually made me more depressed short term because I was tired, but that mindset, that ability to say, self, I'm gonna crush, that's what got me ahead. Okay, so what you need to do, or what I need to do, is when you encounter a situation of depression or something that sucks balls, right? You need to take it on, right? But don't necessarily try to beat it, right? Let's say you're in a shitty relationship. Don't try to change a relationship. Say, I have all these negative feelings. I'm depressed. Let's use depression. I'm depressed. Even though I'm fucking depressed, I'm going to go out and I'm going to lift. I'm going to go out and I'm going to run. I'm going to go out and I'm going to do 5 push-ups. I'm going to go out and I'm going to go on a walk, okay? You do something in spite of the depression. And exercise the way. And exercise it's not necessarily easy, but it's simple, right? So it's not like I'm sitting down, let's talk about your feelings. Oh, let's sit here and do a structural analysis of your child. No. What you're doing is you're exercising. And you're doing it in spite of the depression. So next time you feel depressed, use exercise as a tool to say, you, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get better, okay? That's what we should do, okay? And the kind of exercise, because I did promise this, I find to be, for me, fighting. I love fighting. I love boxing. I love jiu-jitsu. I love MMA. That's what I do. Those are extremely hard and very taxing, right? So not necessarily everyone's on that level. I find that cardio actually is better than weightlifting in the sense that cardio, you don't really stop, right? You have to keep doing it. There's less time to think and do stuff. Weightlifting, you hit a set, you sit down, you're like, oh God, I'm ugly. And then you hit, and it's tough, right? It's tough. Ideally, in a perfect world, right, I would do cardio. I know everyone's like, I want specific. I would do cardio for 20, 30 minutes, bikes, swim, elliptical, jump rope, whatever. Then do some strength training, 20, 30 minutes, stretch it out, call it a day. Don't make it complicated. Don't make it stupid. All right, those are the semantics. There's the logistical things you want for the exercise. It's more important, though, the mindset. You're depressed. I'm going to work out instead. Here's the workout I just gave you. It's very simple. There's also a trillion YouTubers for exercise. Who cares? Now what do I do? Okay? Now what you do, boom, 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 is you start to build the habit. You start to build the discipline. Look, exercise is hard. Exercise can be boring. Exercise is just it's one of those things that everyone tells you to do, but no one does. It's when most people are fat. You, as someone who has depression, or you, who's someone who doesn't want to be depressed, you need to use exercise as a pillar, as a part of your structure, of your routine that helps you build yourself up. Exercise, and I will repeat, I'm going to probably say this 100 times, exercise in itself will not make you happy. Holding yourself accountable to a plan and consistently exercising, that's going to breed confidence. That's going to lead to a stronger mindset. We're going to get into in a second. That's going to help you move forward and beat your depression. You can't cure it, right? It's never just going to disappear. However, you can conquer it. And you can live in spite of it, and eventually it'll get so minimal that you barely even notice, okay? Exercise is that pillar. Why exercise? Well, actually doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. Exercise is, like I said, it's not easy. It's simple. It's physical. Yes, there's all these biochemical blah, 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 blah things that do for it, but basically it comes down to I'm going to shut my brain off by working out, at least for this little bit of time, right? I'm going to see the benefit long term. I'm going to build the accountability. It's simple, right? That's all it is. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. You guys can go watch other people that love all the science and all the nonsense. Go ahead, watch that shit. That's not real talk, okay? Real talk is your workout program in itself will not make you happy. What's going to make you happy is building the accountability and building the success. Now, I want you to do this because don't turn to what I did. Don't make the same mistakes. Your actual program doesn't matter, right? Don't sit there and go, okay, Monday I'm going to swim, Tuesday I'm going to run, Wednesday I'm going to stretch for an hour, then I'm going to do yoga. You're going to have this structure, right? And your structure is going to go to shit because you're going to wake up Tuesday and you're going to be feeling awful. Don't with structure. Implement daily things. Just say, today I'm going to do something. I'm going to exercise, okay? Don't leave it up to chance. Don't say, I'm only going to work out if I feel like it. That's not healthy. Tell yourself, I'm going to work out, but don't have a firm plan. Don't have a set specific thing you're going to have to do because that's going to set yourself up for failure. That creates pressure and that creates stress. And I know everyone's like, you got to have accountability. Have accountability in the system that you're going to exercise, but don't have accountability in the sense that this is what you have to do, because the having the thing is not going to make room for your moods. It's not going to make room for serious depression. It's also just going to help you set yourself up for failure because realistically, most people who set a system break it. I've been doing this for 20 years, right? And even sometimes I have to modify my system, okay? So let's go back. Let's go back to the mindset, right? Because now you know what to do, right? Gave you the workout. You understand you're not going to cure it. You're building yourself. You're building accountability. You just saw a way to do that. Just work out each day. Pick something, okay? Now the mindset. Now this isn't some mindset coaching. I'm not Tony Robbins, not these guys. What I'm saying is, and it goes back to the very beginning, when you're depressed, you shut down. You stop doing shit. Exercise is a way for you to start doing things. It's a way for you to get back into the grind, into the system. It's a way for you to feel achievement, okay? These are what's important. These are what's important, especially for guys, because when we get depressed, we shut down. We get fat. We get lazy. You turn to like easy, simple things, smoking, porn, whatever, weed, all the shenanigans, okay? Not that I'm immune from any of those things. But what exercise does, okay, is, yes, you get jet, whatever. I'm not going to go into that. I return covered 100 times. What you get out of it, right, is the confidence, is the knowing, is the trusting of yourself that you can actually get something done. You can still achieve despite whatever shit hand life has given you at this moment. Exercise is the way in. It's not the only way in, right? I told you that it's not the only way in, but it's this way in that has all these has a lot of different other benefits. Other things going to exercise, right? But I already went over that. The mindset, okay? This is where we're going to work out. This is where we're going to work out, and I'm going to end with some fire. Okay, is I set out to do something, exercise today. I didn't have a plan, I didn't have a structure. I do it despite of the circumstances, even if it's short, even if it's like, what some people consider meaningless. Nothing's meaningless. Then after you tell yourself, look, self, I did this. I accomplished my workout. This is something that's important to me. I did it. Yeah, me. I've accomplished this. That's important. Do it multiple times, day after day, week over week, and you will all of a sudden notice when the next challenge of life presents itself. Oh, fuck, now I got to get a psychiatrist. Go watch my other videos. Whoa, shit, now I got to you'll be like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. I can do it. And then you do it, and then you start to take action. Then you build action. You build action. Action, 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 and you build yourself up. Okay? Exercise is the pillar. Exercise is the way in. Okay? Now, ultimate fire. Okay? And it kind of goes exactly what I was saying is when you learn that you're able to achieve things, you can have a mental illness, you can be depressed, you can be all fucked up, but you can still accomplish things. Exercise was one. Now I found a therapist. And you start to build your life up slowly. This is how you build self-trust. And from self-trust comes all things. I personally did not have a lot of self-trust because I f***ed everything up. I couldn't stay on the same project for more than 2 weeks. Every manic episode, I would change my mind. Every time I did something, I'd stop and go somewhere else. I had no self-trust. Of course, I couldn't build a business. Of course, I couldn't get in consistent relationships. Of course, I couldn't start to actually, go into the world and be successful because I couldn't do anything. I didn't trust myself. So where did I start? Exercise. Fuck. Okay? It's not actually where I started. I started with God, but that's a different conversation. I started with exercise, okay? Exercise was my pillar. Build off that. It's not everything. So don't believe the fitness liars, okay? I've been in the fitness industry my entire life. I know all the games. I know all the tricks. They are all lying scumbags. They're all deceptive, narcissistic monsters. Not because they want to, because we're taught that way and we're just trying to fit a mold, okay? That's just how it is. So don't shame them, don't get mad at them, but don't fall into the trap thinking, I'm going to take X supplement, I'm going to do Y workout, I'm going to get Z abs, and I'm going to be happy. It's a bunch of shit, okay? It's a bunch of lies. What makes you happy is accomplishing the goal. You say, Evan, no, it's a bunch of bullshit, bro. That physique, bro, I want to have them abs, bro. Look, it helps. Okay, I'm not going to lie. People treat you differently when you're in shape, all right? People treat you differently when you look good. However, that doesn't mean shit if you're depressed. How the looks and all that shit doesn't mean anything if your confidence is low, okay? I've known people with perfect bodies that are horribly insecure and horribly depressed. And guess how they see themselves? They don't see themselves perfect. They don't see themselves as good. So there's also like a lot of nonsense in that, okay? All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.